Hello there and welcome to the Coffee with Colm, and thank you for joining me. A friend of mine, Vera Atkinson, asked in a comment on one of my blog posts recently a very interesting question. And the question was, what if at the end of each day life were to ask you, are you sure you want to save the changes? I just thought it was brilliant. What if at the end of each day life asked you, are you sure you want to save the changes? Just think that's it's so profound and so simple. We all know the frustration of working on something on our computers and having that computer crash and losing an hour's work or perhaps a few days' work or perhaps an entire project. We know the frustration that leads to, but at least most of the time we're given an option to, you finish a Word document and you've got three choices: save, don't save, or cancel. And it's up to you what you do. If you've done some good work, you'll save it. If it's rubbish work, you won't save it, and perhaps you'll cancel it altogether. But and that's your work. But what about you? What about your life? What if at the end of each day you had to take account of the progress you'd made? And what if you were given a choice by life: save, don't save, or cancel? What would you do? Really interesting question. So, when you're brushing your teeth at night, get ready for bed, what if on the bathroom mirror life posted that question? Would you like to save the changes that you made today? I think that pretty much focuses all, because I think it would have us ask ourselves, what did I do today? Did I contribute today? Was I a leech today? Did I add value today? Did I light up a room when I entered it or as I left it today? What value did I bring to others today? Did I spread happiness or woe today? Did I move towards a bigger, brighter future today, or did I wallow in a life owes me attitude today? And whatever we've done today, at the end of the day, washing those teeth before you go to bed, really interesting question to ask yourself: do I want to save the changes? You see, life owes you nothing. Life owes you nothing. The miracle is that you're here. Yeah, I have no idea what the statistics are, what the numbers are, but they're bananas, the huge numbers in terms of the possibility of you being here, but yet you're here. The lotto pales into insignificance when you look at those type of numbers, those type of odds, and yet you are here. And life is demanding service of you and me as rent for the space we occupy. Life is demanding service of you and me as rent for the space we occupy. And really the question is, are you being of service to life? Are you being of service to the world? Or are you in debt to the world at this moment in time? Have you been a taker rather than a giver? Would you like to save the changes? And it sort of doesn't matter what you've done today. It doesn't even matter what you've done up until today. But if we take Vera's question on board and we assume that each day, at the end of the day, the mirror is going to ask us, would you like to save the changes you made today? Well, then we've got a choice to make. We've got to decide, did we advance ourselves? Were we of service to others today? Did we pay our rent today? And if so, maybe we want to click save. Perhaps we slid back today. Perhaps we weren't very nice to somebody. Perhaps we weren't of service to others. Perhaps we wallowed in self-pity today. Perhaps, therefore, we slid back, and perhaps we don't want to save those changes, so we had to choose don't save. Perhaps we just held on by our fingertips today. And, there are two ways of looking at holding on by your fingertips. Standing still can be seen, and it depends on the attitude, depends on what's going on in here. Standing still can be just laziness. Just laziness, no interest, not going to contribute. Let them off. Standing still can also be a huge act of courage for some. Standing still can also be a huge, momentous act of courage for some. So at the end of the day, if you just want to press cancel on the day and say, I'll start again tomorrow, do you know what? That's okay too. But I just think it's a wonderful question. What if at the end of each day, life were to ask you, do you want to save the changes? Did you move forward, click save? Did you slide back, click don't save? Or did you just hold on, click cancel and start again tomorrow? And thank you for thinking with me. And thank you, Vera Atkinson, for the inspiration for this week's Coffee with Colm. So thank you for joining for this week's Coffee with Colm. I hope as ever you got something from it. Please consider what's been shared here today and apply it into your thinking for this next week. And then, very importantly, come back next week and we'll share another coffee together and I'll ruminate on some other aspect of life and business. Between now and then, get some great coffee for sure, get some fresh air, get some R&R. If you spend a lot of time with people, I recommend you spend some time alone. Conversely, if you spend too much time alone, I recommend you go out and meet some people. And then when the time is right, and only when the time is right, get organised for the week ahead, get stuck in, make next week count, be of service. And I'll see you here this time next week for another Coffee with Colm. Slán. I love great coffee. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.